Imagine this. It's 9 a.m. The shift has just started. Workers walk into the site fully geared up, helmets strapped, gloves tight, goggles clean, earplugs inserted, shoes laced. They look like a perfect safety poster. But fast forward just 2 hours, and the picture changes. Goggles are pushed up on the forehead, gloves are hanging from pockets, helmets are loose, earplugs are nowhere to be seen. And when you ask workers why, they give the same answers. It's too hot. It's uncomfortable. I'll wear it again later. Nothing will happen. But here's the truth. This behavior has nothing to do with laziness. It has everything to do with psychology. Today on Workplace HSE Explained, we're going deep into the hidden behavioral science behind why workers remove PPE after 2 hours, even when they know the risks, even when they've seen accidents, even when they've attended training. This is not a video about rules. This is a video about the human brain. Let's start with the first psychological force, comfort fatigue. When PPE is first worn, the brain accepts it. But as time passes, the body starts sending microsignals. The helmet strap presses on the skin, gloves trap heat and sweat, goggles fog up, earplugs create pressure, safety shoes feel heavy. These signals build slowly. The brain tolerates them for a while, until it reaches a threshold. And at that moment, the brain says, remove it, just for a minute. That minute becomes 10. 10 becomes 30. And soon, the worker is exposed. But here's the twist. The worker doesn't even realize this is happening. The brain is wired to prioritize comfort over long-term safety when no immediate danger is visible. This is called risk normalization. When the environment feels safe, the brain assumes it is safe, and that's when accidents strike. In the next part, we'll explore the second psychological force, the illusion of control, one of the most dangerous mental traps in the workplace. Welcome back. Now that we understand comfort fatigue, let's dive into the next psychological force, the illusion of control. This illusion forms when workers believe they are skilled enough to judge risk without PPE. I've done this job for 10 years. I know what I'm doing. I can handle it. I'll be careful. Experience becomes a shield, not a real one, but a mental one. And this false confidence convinces workers that removing PPE just for a moment is harmless. But experience doesn't reduce risk. It only reduces fear. Let me share a real case. A senior technician removed his gloves because they were sweaty. He believed he could handle the task without them. Within minutes, a sharp metal edge sliced deep into his palm. He later said, "I knew the risk. I just thought I could control it." That's the illusion of control, the belief that skill can replace protection. Next comes task familiarity drift. When workers repeat the same task every day, the brain switches to autopilot. The task feels routine, familiar, predictable, and when the brain is on autopilot, it stops scanning for danger. PPE becomes extra, not essential. But hazards don't disappear just because the task feels easy. Then we have peer influence. Humans mirror behavior subconsciously. If one worker removes PPE, others follow, not because they want to break rules, but because the brain says if he's doing it, it must be okay. A single worker lifting goggles can trigger a chain reaction across the team. In Part 3, we'll explore the most dangerous psychological force of all, reward conditioning, the hidden brain mechanism that trains workers to remove PPE again and again. In this part, we uncover the most powerful psychological force, reward conditioning. Every time a worker removes PPE and nothing bad happens, the brain receives a reward signal. Relief, comfort, freedom. The brain learns. Removing PPE feels good and nothing went wrong. This creates a loop. Remove PPE, feel better, no accident, brain rewards the behavior. Over time, the brain starts craving that comfort, and the worker removes PPE without thinking. This is the same mechanism behind risky driving habits, like not wearing a seatbelt for short trips. The brain says, "I've done it before, I'm safe." But safety is not based on past outcomes. It's based on probability. And probability doesn't care about comfort. Let me share a story. A worker in a fabrication shop removed his face shield because it was fogging. He had done it many times before. Nothing ever happened. But one day, a tiny metal fragment shot out and struck his eye. He lost 40% of his vision. When asked why he removed the shield, he said, "I got used to it. I thought it was fine. That's reward conditioning, the brain rewarding unsafe behavior until the day it doesn't." Another factor is cognitive overload. After 2 hours of work, the brain is juggling task instructions, deadlines, physical fatigue, environmental noise, heat, pressure. PPE becomes one more thing to manage. And when the brain is overloaded, it chooses the easiest path, removing PPE. In Part 4, we'll reveal how supervisors, safety officers, and workers can break these psychological patterns and build a culture where PPE stays on, not because of rules, but because of mindset. Now that we understand the psychology behind PPE removal, let's talk solutions. Real, practical, behavioral solutions. 1. Fix comfort fatigue. Use breathable gloves, anti-fog goggles, lightweight helmets, properly fitted PPE. Allow micro breaks for adjustment. Small comfort improvements create massive compliance improvements. Workers must understand. Experience reduces fear, not risk. Use real stories, emotional examples, and case studies. Fear-based training doesn't work. Emotional training does. When workers keep PPE on, acknowledge it. Positive reinforcement rewires the brain. Silence is also a reward. Never ignore unsafe behavior. Create safety champions. When respected workers model good PPE habits, others follow. PPE should not be a rule. It should be a culture, a mindset, an identity. PPE doesn't protect you when you wear it at the start of the shift. It protects you when you keep it on till the end. This is Workplace HSE Explained. Stay safe, stay aware, and I'll see you in the next video.